Hemp producers in Kentucky could see the state match federal regulations in a House bill heard today in Senate committee. House Bill 236 would make adjustments to requirements for hemp transportation and testing procedures. But that wasn't the main focus in the Senate Ag Committee today. The focus was on the struggles some hemp farmers are facing as the industry works to break through. Senator David Givens emotionally explained some of those struggles.
I'm behind the farm store counter with farmers coming in telling me they can't pay for their inputs for last year because they can't sell their hemp crop. This is personal to me, but more importantly, this is devastating to these families. And what it does long term, and I'm not directing these words of anger, Commissioner, at you. You and I have talked about this multiple times. We spoke this morning about it. These words aren't directed at you. But those in the industry need to understand the damage that they've done to the credibility of this industry for years and years and years to come.
Senator Givens asked the Kentucky Department of Ag to look into the licensing of hemp processors and what can be done to protect farmers. Agriculture Commissioner Quarles addressed the senator's comments during the committee meeting. He says the Department of Ag tries to inform farmers of how the industry is performing.
I want to encourage you any way you can, any power you have in the Department of Ag to help stabilize this industry. We'd love to see you use it. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Senator Givens. And this is an issue that we have seen since year one of the hemp program. Influx of entrepreneurs, influx of idea people wanting to start their own business, some of which have very little or no background in agriculture. And while we welcome the investment and the opportunity here, what we have seen is that for some of our hemp processors, they have not fulfilled their obligations to farmers. One thing that Kentucky does that very few other states do is that we actually license processors. Most states don't. The only licensing for the vast majority of hemp farmers in America is at the farm level. And so we may need to use that licensing privilege that we provide companies in an extent where we can follow up on the financial side. How do we do that? I don't know. We've talked about bonding. Well, most startups will be ineligible for a bond to begin with. I'm not sure how they would purchase one. So that's an option we could look at.
Representative Matthew Cook's House Bill 236 passed the Senate Ag Committee today. The bill has an emergency clause to take effect immediately if it is signed by the governor. It now heads to the full Senate for consideration by the full membership.